Oh, me?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ravon Unfiltered, episode number 9. I can't believe we're already at number 9, you guys. And guess who I got with me today? We have a big time, we have Biz Just Chill. He has his own podcast. He has a lot of accolades in his arsenal. And we're here to get to know a little bit more about Biz Just Chill. Because guess what we about to do, Biz? We about to chill.
Yeah, I know that's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ravon, for having me. I appreciate you extending the opportunity for me to come on your platform. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem, no problem. And here today, first, I would like to know just simple questions so we can kind of put the foundation of you onto this episode. If you can tell me a little bit about your past of where you came from before you became Biz Just Chill and started doing your podcast, because I know there's a lot layers of you and layers to you than just what you're currently doing right now. I know you used to be an artist and things like that. And
Correct.
we hear it in your voice, it resonates when you speak. You have that king speech. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you fill us in to your past and bring us up to the present.
Hey, I'm from Florida. I'm from Palm Beach. I grew up in Palm Beach. That's where I went to school and all that at. Growing up in Palm Beach, I just, regular kid, you know what I'm saying? I was into music, real heavy into music growing up. Like that was my main thing, being an artist, a rapper, performing, travel music. So I was just all into the music growing up. And I came to Atlanta and pursuing the music. I came to Atlanta like 3 years ago, I want to say 4 years now. It's coming up on 4 years. And then I came doing the music. I went on tour. I started touring with Ugly Money. And I think maybe after like the second or third one, we have a summit every year or 2 summits every year. And at one of the summits, I went and I interviewed somebody at the summit. And shout out my boy Rico, Check Runners Podcast. I was chilling. He came, he said, hey, come do an interview. Boom, boom, boom. I did that interview. Prior to that, I had, we just was kicking it a little bit in the studio, messing around with the equipment. And then after that, I watched it. It was good response, good feedback. And, Nietzsche was like, you know what I'm saying? You want to mess around, see what it do, you know what I mean? And I'm like, so naturally it kind of came like that. And then with Trigger Alert, we just, no, it wasn't really planned. It was just us chilling in the studio. Hey, invite some ladies over. Let's have some drinks. Let's talk. And it really started, honestly, just like that. And then we had fun the first time we did it. So we said, let's do it again. And then we started doing it. And then after a while, it caught within like maybe 4 to 6 months. And then here we are.
That is crazy. Let's take a key point note to something real quick. When you start noticing something you really like to do and you turn that passion into your paycheck, into your actual job, it doesn't become a job anymore. Because me and Nietzsche talked about that on our episode, on episode 7. If you guys haven't watched episode 7, play it, roll it back a little bit, a couple of episodes, go to number 7, check out Nietzsche, Ugly Money Nietzsche.
Shout out my boy Ugly Money Nietzsche.
Yes, Ugly Money. But yes, so one thing that I was always saying, I was like, once you find, because I do business management and I help artists and I help other people become whatever they want to be. And I tell them, I say, you have to find what you love to do. Because once you find out what you love to do, this is what I tell people that want to get in business with anything, they want to be artists or whatever. You got to do what you like to do naturally and turn that into a passion. And you have fun doing it. So it was very cool to hear on your prospect of it, where you guys were just playing around in the studio. You already have a good studio voice because you've been a recording artist. You know how to perform well. You know how to resonate with certain words and things like that. So I feel like a lot of people, even with Ludacris, Mr. Christopher over there, he used to be V103. And
right.
then he became rapping, because people don't understand the groundwork of you actually knowing how to perform or how to speak. With you, I even saw that at you guys' podcast the other night when I came. And it was such a beautiful event. I know I say beautiful a lot, but it was a handsome event. I can't say beautiful. But, respectfully, what I do like is just how you say your point. You don't overdo it. You have it just flow so perfectly where it's a good show to watch. You have good viewpoints. You have a very good perspective on things, especially coming from the man side of things. A lot of time, like I was saying to the young ladies after the show, I said, men don't get heard. Like, you guys think that they're out here being sassy and loud and stuff like that. No, it's a king should have always been able to be in his place, be able to speak, be heard, and well spoken, and letting it resonate in the minds of others. Unfortunately, we don't have that in our world today. So when I see you guys, I know you guys are doing the trigger alert and everything else, but it's good to see you guys actually putting it out there. Because yes,
But
even
you know
if it
what,
is,
Raven? I'm not gonna lie,
yes.
not to cut you, Raven. You know what's
No, go
crazy?
ahead.
Is that we started just as far as having fun. But I mean, now over time, I get so many different DMs from men across the country, that like really be like, man, we appreciate what y'all do. Like, y'all speaking for us. And I never really took it that serious or took it like it was being received that way. But, after a while, I'm like, damn, it's like we really kind of speak for men from a certain perspective
Yes.
that, like you say, don't get a chance to speak. So I agree 100% with that. Like, and your point earlier, as far as finding something you like to do and then learning how to monetize it, that really helps, because then you never really work a day in your life. When you find what's your passion, what you like to do, and find how you can monetize within that, the sky's the limit, because you're going to go above and beyond. The person that's doing the bare minimum because they don't want to be there, you're giving it all you got, and you don't even realize it because it's just your natural vibe. So finding what you like to do is key too. Those are two great points you just hit on, Raven.
Yes, and I did enjoy the show. You guys put on a wonderful show, and I definitely wanted to highlight what you have going on, especially when you were an artist back before becoming a podcaster and doing interviews and things like that. What were some moments in your artistry that you definitely use today to help you catapult your business?
Great question. I feel maybe with the fact that I have been performing and in front of crowds and cameras for a long time, I don't get nervous doing it, if that makes sense. So I think that's probably the best part, because I'm used to being in front of the camera, and I'm used to performing in front of people, and I'm used to everybody tune in to what I got going on. So I don't get it. I don't get nervous. A lot of the people that come on the show sometimes, they're like, oh, they're nervous, especially the first time doing it. So I see that's what helps me a lot, because going through that process of, just being in front of the camera and performing it just, to me now, it's easy, kind of low key. This is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 30, 40, 50 times easier, because I don't have to come up with songs, and I don't have to run around on stage, and I don't have to do all these things. And I could sit back and just kick it. And you know what I mean? It's a
Yes.
blessing to even it's a blessing I never even knew. This whole podcast shit is a blessing for me. That's why I always say God is good all the time. It's like, I never knew that I would be able to get paid and make money and do this just off sitting down talking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Amen to that.
I
Amen to
never
that.
knew, I never knew the limit, that like the possibilities are so endless with this. It's like, for instance, today is my first day with Little Leaf in the sales department. I'm a brand ambassador for them, but today's my actual first day going out, and they hired me on with the company, and I have their stuff all in the truck with me. I'm running around doing drop-offs at the stores and stuff, and they treat me real good. They make sure I'm taken care of, and you know what I mean? This shit came from like this, just specifically this play. This is just one of several things that have come, but I'm just speaking about it not because I'm actually doing it right now. Today's the first day with me doing it, but just, I never knew all this could be possible off just me sitting down and talking.
That is crazy. That is a good point there. And shout out to Little Leaf. Little Leaf
Yeah,
is
shout out to
a
Lil Leaf.
Go ahead and throw your plug in real quick.
It's your boy Biz Just Chill. I came to put you down with the brand new leaf that's taking over the game. Little Leaf, the biggest leaf in the game. Look here, we have natural, dark white, dark red, dark. Yeah, we got the cognac honey, we got the mango, we got Russian cream, we got pineapple rum, we got all of the flavors. Now listen, this leaf is pre-cut and washed, natural leaf, a cut above the rest. Let me even give you the slogan while I'm doing it. Our premium flat wrap wraps are grown and handpicked in a carefully monitored process to ensure that the leaf's size and health. Pre-washed Little Leaf offers premium smokers a ready product. If you want to follow them online, you go to @LittleLeafSmoke on Instagram, or you go littleleafsmoke.com to the website. So that's @LittleLeafSmoke if you want to go to Instagram, littleleafsmoke.com for the website. Pay attention to the newest leaf in the game, Little Leaf.
Shout out to Tati, shout out to the whole Little Leaf staff for believing in me, rocking them with me, and doing my program. So salute to them, and that's how we come.
If you're not rolling with a Little Leaf, you ain't rolling with the best. Drop that mess. Well, you know what happens when we used to be rapping, that's all. But anyway, that's one thing you did make a key point on. For people who are trying to get into the flow of either podcasting or publicly performing, it is a good thing to go ahead and get yourself out there. You want to have that experience. Biz Just Chill just explained to us how it was easy for him, as already being a performing artist, to already be a recording artist, to know how it is to make sure you check your sound, to make sure you check your look, to make sure you're bringing out your words in a good resonating form where people can hear you. He's been doing this for a while. So for those out there who are just starting, that may feel a little skittish, scared, or nervous, like he mentioned with some of the guests that come on there, even the guests that may be coming on to the next Trigger Alert podcast or Ugly Money podcast or any Biz Just Chill podcast, because he has his own now. Just start practicing. If you got to get in the mirror talking to your family members before you go out, just something.
Ravon, you're giving them the best advice. Get your reps up. Get your reps up. Steph Curry isn't the best three-point shooter ever because he's just a cool light-skinned nigga. He shoots 200, 300 three-pointers before the game starts. So when the game starts, we're watching him shoot his 202 three-pointer of the day. Like, get your reps up. The more reps you do, the better, the more natural it comes, everything. So you got to get your reps up. And that's with every business, sport, product, whatever you're trying to do. Get your reps up. The more you do it, it's repetition. You become better. That's just naturally how everything goes.
I definitely concur with that. Moving to, we did a little bit about your past. We did a little bit, we're kind of in a little bit of the present, but I want to get more into the present right now. You're working with Little Leaf as the brand ambassador. We see you smoking Little Leaf as well.
Respectfully.
That has a great burn. If you guys, I don't know if you guys caught that flame action there. We know that sometimes when you have a bad roll, the burn is just horrible. So that had a good burn.
You know what? And the thing with Little Leaf with me, and this is with all of my products because I just locked in with, we just locked in with Bel Air. So salute Bel Air. They just gave us the stamp. I'm waiting on the product in the mail as we speak. So shout out my boy Zoe over at Bel Air. Shout out my boy Swift, who works with Scrappy, who put that all together for me. I'm rocking with brands I actually like and use. I went into the store one day. I didn't have anything to roll up with. I told them, give me a natural leaf. That's what I smoke, leaves. If you know me, you know what I was smoking prior. And this is what they gave me. I liked it. I went online. I tagged my Instagram follower and told them, hey, hit Little Leaf up. Tell them I love it here. And let's start, working. They reached out. We start working. And that's how the relationship. I'm only working with products that I actually like and use, and it makes it so much easier for me to be a brand ambassador and push the product and help the product grow because I actually use it as opposed to just going out here grabbing random things, picking and choosing and trying to promote them. It just, you know what I'm saying? That's not how we're going about it.
But moving, now that you have your Little Leaf, you also have your own podcast. Because like you said, when you were doing your touring and things like that, how is that going and how do you feel about doing your own podcast, stepping away from everything else and just zeroing in on you?
Shout out to my boy Ugly Money Nietzsche. You know what I'm saying? He provided the platform, gave the opportunity, and I'm the type of person where I don't need much more than that. I don't need you to hold my hand and walk me through it and break it all the way down. He provided the platform that he's been building over time and was gracious enough to let me get on there and do what I do. So with me stepping in, it's just like, okay, once I get in here, I want to go above and beyond. You know what I mean? I want to do the biggest every time. So with the biggest stream ever, which is the name of the podcast, it was just natural evolution. We only shoot Trigger Alert once a week. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, once I start shooting Trigger Alert, was I shooting? I need to go back and check my timeline. If I was shooting Trigger Alert, biggest stream ever before Trigger Alert, I can't even really remember, but it was all in that same time frame. But we only shoot once a week. So I was like, all right, I got time. I'm at the studio all the time. The equipment is here. What are we doing? Shout out my boy Stanley Lenz, for shooting everything. Without Stan, none of this shit would be possible. So we got to put that out there. Shout out to Stan, the man.
Shout out to
He
Stan.
is the one. If you ever watched anything concerning Ugly Money, he is the one that shot it. And, I just got with him and, told him, hey man, I want to do a show. And he was like, all right, if you're serious, I'll shoot it. Let's do it. And I think I don't want to misquote my episodes right now, but we're at around 147, episode 147 in that time frame. Shout out to we just shot, the last episode was with Mac Breezy, the Candy Lady. She from her and Gucci had the original songs, Go Ahead, Pills, all of that stuff. She came and blessed us, and salute to her. Tippy Toe just came. I got a real special guest coming up in the next few days. I don't want to say it because he's not sitting next to me yet, and I'm just going to be respectful and wait, but shout out to everybody who's been supporting me on that. We have been growing. And like I say, salute to Ugly Money Nietzsche just for providing the opportunity and putting me in the car and let me do my one.
It's that ugly money.
Ugly money, man, for sure.
I told him I always got to say it like that. I can't say it basic. I got to be like, it's that ugly money.
Got to say it the right way.
Yes, but yeah, it is, for one, 140 anything is crazy to me. I'm like here at number 9. I'm happy and humbly here. But
oh no, listen,
you guys,
Wayne, listen, let me tell you. What you're doing right now is a great thing. Don't you watch your episodes. You just keep working. And I wasn't watching episodes. It wasn't until I was chopping up with my partner, and then we just got on some how many, and then we realized we were close to the 100th episode. I had a party. Shout out to everybody that came, all that good stuff. And I didn't even realize I did that many until maybe like about up to 97 or 95 in that range is when we did a count. It was like, it's almost about to be 100. So my advice is, keep working. Don't worry about your episodes. Write them down just so you're keeping track of them, but don't worry about it. Just keep working, and by the time you look up, you'll have 100 in no time, literally.
No problem. I'm going to take that advice to heart, because between you and Ugly Money Nietzsche speaking with me yesterday, I've learned a lot. You guys actually showed me a lot during the podcast recording of how you just came in there and you just started chopping it up. You didn't give it 2 seconds of breathing. You say, let's just get on into it. That gives a lot of people a lot of motivation to just go at it. Don't sit there and try to test the waters. Just jump right in. That's how I do when I go swimming. Ain't no testing no water, unless it's freezing cold outside.
Yes.
I just
agree
jump right in.
1000%. I hate for niggas to be coming to me with they plan a million motherfucking times. All this great fucking ideas. And one day we're gonna do this. And one day we're gonna do. I don't be wanting to hear that shit, fam. I be feeling like, look, if you feel passionate about it and you want to try it, the worst thing can happen is it not work and it fail, and you figure out and make it better to move forward. If it's not what it's meant to be, it won't be what it be. But all that study long, study wrong shit, I don't be on that. I stay away from that. And I suggest anybody that's trying to do what you trying to do in life, stay away from people that always telling you about their great ideas but never do them. Like, that shit blows. Yeah, I separate. You ain't got but too many times to tell me that shit, and I'll be over it, I swear.
So I got a question for you. When transitioning from Florida 3 years ago to coming to Atlanta, what were some things that you had to be on the up and up with moving? Because everybody that moved to Atlanta always has their different things, but it seemed to line up. So I'm curious, what did you peep out with Atlanta, and what did you have to get used to? From the Florida realm to here.
The motherfucking traffic, the motherfucking traffic, the motherfucking traffic. Damn.
The traffic?
When they ask me what is the worst part of moving to Atlanta, listen, bro, everything with Atlanta been smooth for me except the goddamn traffic. Listen, bro, it be traffic. It could be 9:30, 10:30 on a Wednesday night, and you get on 85, 75, and it's backed up like, the 4th of July. So the traffic, bro, that was the biggest adjustment. Understanding that, yes, you might live 20, 30 minutes away, but you're going to have to leave an hour, because if you leave around anytime after 3 o'clock, it's going to take an hour for you to get back and forth. So just the traffic, that was the part that, like, I'd be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Now I learned to leave early. I learned a couple little back roads, or maybe I could move around, but the traffic was breaking my back respectfully. I could not. It was killing me.
So you will learn to put on Google Maps, avoid highways. So you knew it was going to be that time.
Listen to me. Once I started to get, a little bit better acclimated around the city type shit, it helped me. Like, okay, bro, you got to be here to the studio at 8 o'clock. You can't leave 7:25, 7:30 like you would. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just go. No, you might actually have to leave 7:15, 7:05, so you can actually be there to be on time to do, you know what I mean? So I was constantly late everywhere. I was constantly late everywhere all the time. So it's just, I had to fix it. I had to do it.
Is there anything else besides the traffic? Because, I think people who go to New York and go to Atlanta and San Francisco, those are the major cities with the most traffic. And I've been to each one of them. Is there anything outside of the traffic? Like, there's other things. Dating?
Okay,
yeah.
I got something.
From Florida to Atlanta, what's the difference?
I got something for you. The nightlife, you could easily get swept up in the nightlife if you don't have your goals in mind and what you're trying to do, and be very tunnel vision, purpose driven type shit. You'll get lost, because it's something to do every night. You can always go somewhere. It's always a party. It's always a club. It's always a day party, a hookah lounge. It's always something going on. So if you're not somebody that's focused on what it is you're trying to do, Atlanta might not work for you, because it's like you'll easily get lost in the sauce. Just that simple. Shout out my boy Tippy Toe Restaurant, Lost in the Sauce. You'll easily get lost in the sauce because it's terrible. It's always some shit to do. It's always some shit to do. So it's easy to get lost.
That's no cap right there. Because even back in 2016 to 18, I know when I first came to Atlanta in 2013, I'm not a clubber. I really didn't do clubs, even though I did work in clubs, because I used to be a go-go dancer. I used to be a promoter. Then I used to be a dancer. Then I used to perform and all that other stuff. I'm like a homebody. But when I got to Atlanta, it was just a whole different type of situation. Everybody has something going on, and everybody wants you in their section. That's why a lot of the women get a little lost, and people who are not familiar, it's like the small town person coming to a big city. You will get lost up in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. But me, I come from Florida. I'm from the crib, so it's like I'm used to the big city shit. So with you saying that, I think that might have helped me before, because being out in the club it's nothing special for me to get a section and go wherever and be in whoever the celebrity. Woo, like, I've been blessed and fortunate to be around shit like that for a long time. I'm not really pressed to be like, oh man, who's at the club tonight? Oh man, we got to get a section, and I'm gonna just go spend my last $1,200 just to go get a section, and then I come out, I'm broke, and now I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, rent here, man, I don't got nowhere to stay. Okay, I got my carpet. It's just that shit.
That makes no sense with blowing the money on the club scene. I never understood that. But now, on the flip side,
that's what goes on out here. That's how you think a lot of people end up back home where they from, back at their parents' house, back wherever they come from. They didn't manage the money right. They didn't handle the business first.
Fronting and stunting.
They had a great time, and they come back with a million great stories about everything, but they didn't handle the business. And that's another thing too. I had a few partners that came to Atlanta and came back with all these great stories. Oh, they hit all the beautiful women. They spent all the money. They was there every night they did, and they was right back next to me a year later telling me some shit. So I kind of seen that shit happen and play out for a few people. So when I came, God is good. I kind of came, I was on some focus shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't got time to play with nobody kids. So I have kids. Shout out my kids, KJ and Kyson. I have kids. So, and I'm taking time away from my kids to do what I'm doing. So every motherfucking day got to count for me. Because if that's the
Respectfully.
case, if I want to just respectfully, if I want to just hang out, I can go hang out with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta
Yeah.
just be hanging out and doing some other shit. And I have people that I could be with that's important. And so I lean on that. Thank God for my kids. Rest in peace, Messiah, my first son. Thank God for my kids, because I gave me, it has given me, and my family also, it has given me a drive and has kept me more focused than if I did come here and not have those type of responsibilities and priorities, then maybe I would just be out here doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that I have people that I'm responsible for, whole human beings in this world, to make sure they got everything they need and are on the right path and direction, and making sure I split my time. You know what? Let me add that another hard part with my kids being in Florida, that has been a hard thing for me. My kids being there, I've had to delegate my time. Like, my son's birthday is Monday, so I'll be leaving late. I'll probably leave late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, maybe like 12, 1 o'clock. I'm going to go back there. I'm going to chill with him all Sunday. We got to do Chuck E. Cheese's. We got to turn up. And when I go back with them, I can't come back and like, oh, I'm tired. And he turns 3. So he's turn up time. He's not, I can't come back home tired and this, that. He's ready to go. It's turn up time. So splitting my time and making sure that I have a healthy relationship with my kids and relevant in their life, more than just whatever, just like really relevant. That has been something that I've had to balance also. And I've, try my best to do it and work on doing better at it. But that has been something, you feel me, that has been some shit that, this shit ain't for
It's
the weak.
hard. So
Yeah, it is.
you've actually answered a lot of my questions I was going to ask. So let's just hit the bullet points. You've explained how it was to transition from Florida to Atlanta, and then also dealing with the traffic, making sure you stay focused, handling your business as a businessman and taking care of everything. Then also making sure that you take care of your family, being a good father figure to your sons. And that's something that a lot of people try to downplay on the men, on the so-called Black men and these kings that are out here working hard, trying to do everything that they can to just be what they are supposed to be. Are you currently do you have a significant other? Are you trying to find someone? And if you do have someone, do you take those moments to actually zero back in and do some self-care?
For sure. I definitely got a girl, of course. Right now, that's what, like I say, all of this is it's a process. You know what I mean? Making sure that I'm able to spend time with her, making sure that the kids get the right amount of time, making sure the business get it right. You know what I mean? So that is a balancing process that I'm learning as I go. You know what I mean? And I'm doing as best as I can, and learning and seeking to do better also. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not perfect with this shit, but I'm definitely every day put my best foot forward to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm there. And as far as me, I'm a whole grown ass man. I'm out of that feeling shit right now. Not saying I don't have feelings, but I'm so locked in on what I'm doing and what I got going on. I don't got time. And then I got people that depend on me, and then I have other, it's like I'm not like a robot. But the great part about this is I enjoy everything I do. So it's a lot on my plate, but I enjoy all this shit. I really like Little League. I was shocked. That they wanted to put me as the brand ambassador #1, and then to hire me. And they definitely look out nicely. They very nicely. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I would
I
never
get you.
think that I could get a chance to do some shit like, you get what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
never think that this trigger alert shit would, like, all of this shit for me. I don't complain, because it's like I enjoy it all. Now, it's only 24 hours in a day though. You get what I'm saying? So I do got to delegate my time, goddamn accordingly. But everything on my plate, I enjoy doing. So that's the great part about it for me. I'm never working. But this morning when I rolled out of my bed, you know the first thing I did before I put my feet to the creek and even got up and washed my face and brushed my teeth? The first thing I did was I grabbed my phone, I rolled over, and I cut and edit my content from the shows prior and the before I even got up and touched and did anything. Before I got up, I rolled up, I woke up, I picked up my phone, I picked it up, I went right on it, and I chopped up my content from the show that you were at, that you came. Thank you so much for coming to. That
Yeah, it was nice.
show right there, you feel me? And I did that one, and I have another YouTube clip I needed to, and I was supposed to chop one more piece of content, but it was with the Little Leaf thing today. So I said, okay, let me go ahead. I'm gonna chop this just a little short. Let me go ahead and start, you know what I mean, doing that. So I say that to say I love everything I do. So I make all this shit, it's time for me because it's me. You know what I mean? So I enjoy everything I do. And I'm so blessed to say that I make money enjoying everything that I do. I'm not a slave to nothing. And it's crazy. It's a good feeling. I can honestly say that. It's a good feeling to be like, I get paid to do the shit I like to do. I get paid to talk shit. I get paid to smoke Little Leaf, man. Like, what are we talking about? I could never complain. This is a great, what are we talking about? You know, so for people that are actually having real problems, for me to complain is just be like, will be so ungrateful and be so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. See,
Real.
the thing is with working on your time management, like you said, you went out of bed and you said, let me go ahead and do these things right now, because if I don't do it now, what happens? We
I'm not going to do it.
procrastinate.
It is
We got
not
an
getting done.
excuse. Something piles up on things, kids, all of that. Like you said, you have a lady you have to sit here and do things with. And I do have a question, because for people who are working professionals and that are dealing with their spouses or significant others or the people that play a major role in their life, how hard is it sometimes? Well, for one, sorry, let me dial back. Is it easy for her to understand the load that you have and that you are going to be not present? Because I think what I see a lot is a lot of women want all this attention and not understand that with the job, with that nice house and that car you're driving and those clothes you want and the vacation you want in 6 months, you know it's going to require for me to work the next 6 months. Is she understanding of your time management, knowing that she's still of value, but you still have the priorities that you have to set in place?
Yes, great question. At first, I think it's all a learning experience because I wasn't, all of this stuff is just picked up for me. You get what I'm trying to say? So at one time I had more time. Now the time is less. Now I'm away more. Now you get what I mean? So
Yes.
it all happened. We had to learn it as it goes, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and then I'm starting to have something to show for it, makes it a lot more understanding, if that makes sense.
So was it the getting it out of the mud process, where sometimes we're a lot more present, we're more there around our significant others? That was the time where they saw you more, and then the learning how to transition. Okay, now that I'm on the rise, you're going to see me less, but the outcome will be so much more. I'll have more profit into what I'm putting into. Sometimes what I think as women, we can miss that point because, and I say some women, me, I kind of always been like a entrepreneur. So I don't know how it is to just sit and be stagnant or have the downtime. Because even in my downtime, I'm working on something. So I'll be in one corner of the house. My husband be on the other corner of the house. We won't see each other all day, but we see each other at dinner at nighttime. And then he'll be at an event and then I'll be at an event. But I know that
So
those hard
that works
times
for
where
y'all.
women
It
don't
works for
understand.
y'all. So
Yeah, it works for us now. But like how you said in the beginning, it's always that rough patch. And for those who may be watching this now, understand if you're going through that rough patch where you see them all the time, and then when they start getting picked up, if you value that person, you're going to do these key steps. You're going to understand that they have to be gone now more in order to provide you the lifestyle so you guys can get to a comfortable state. And that takes a lot more work. Add the Will Smith, ask the Will Smiths and all the rest of them that are up there. Their wives and their significant others don't see them like that. But when they do have their vacations, that's how you see them in the Bahamas, and you see them at St. Croix. You see them at all these great places. It takes pressure to make a diamond, and it's going to be a lot of pressure. Are you willing to stand through that pressure? So that was my only little tidbit I wanted to say about that.
And the women who do that, those are the women that have more stake in the game. So I say that to say, those are the type of women that will get all of their bills paid from that man. Those are the type of women that will have a man invest into them long term, not just short term. Those are the type of women that will have certain access to certain money. He would never care about giving you whatever, because you've been there. A lot of women, they want that type of access, and they weren't there. So you have to understand, if you weren't there and I come to you ready-made a certain type of way, you're going to have less stake in the game as far as with me and having to say so about pretty much anything of what I have going on. Now, if you were here with me building when I didn't have anything going on, you have all the right to talk to me about the time and the this and that because you were there. So I think that's where women got to understand, if you're not building with that man and you want a ready-made nigga that just came with all his shit together and everything right and everything is everything, you might not get what you're looking for out of him. It might be hard for you to get because he can't provide that for you because you weren't there. You know what I'm saying?
That is a key point on both spectrums, male and female, because there's a lot of interesting young men or older men out there that feel like they're at the women's ready to build with you stage, and the women's there to build with them, but then they want the lifestyle as if she wasn't there. Like, oh, you get nothing, you can't say nothing, this and that. And she's like, hold up, I'm the one who bought the vehicles that you needed for your fleet. I'm the one who helped put the down payment in my credit score for this and that. And then those are the women that end up getting, their feelings hurt in the end because the men are not respecting them. Or the flip side, like I said, on both spectrums, then you have the women that feel like, I want the entitlement. I've been doing this for 20 years. I just met you two days ago. There is no entitlement. There is nothing there's no co-signing or nothing that you can do here. You're enjoying the ride. Okay. The ride has been provided by sir. Everything has been provided by man, by him. So why are you sitting here trying to act like you co-signee or co-starring in this show and it's not about you? Enjoy it. Enjoy the benefits, because believe me, with you sitting there, that's the food and all of that.
You're right. That goes for men and women alike. Everybody wants to suck on and leech on and SpongeBob on to what they see, what's got going. But yeah, hey, Ravon, that SpongeBob, your game, come soak it up and then run off and then act like they didn't. And you be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I feel like a lot of people, sometimes that entitlement word is what ends a lot of relationships and a lot of things from moving forward. Entitlement is not going to work, and being entitled to something that is not yours, that you didn't work hard for and you didn't earn, instead of being humble enough to be happy to be in certain situations and circumstances, as opposed to trying to run the situation and circumstance, is crazy to me. And that goes for like I say, men and women alike. It's not just a female, it's for men too. So yeah, for sure.
So you guys got to pay attention to what just happened here. Biz Just Chill to explain to you guys how it is to currently be in the relationship when you're going through getting it out of the mud, and then you're on the rise, and when you actually get to the tippity top, and how the pressure may be building up there, but you still have to stick it through. We also just expound upon the fact that, the people who are dating, either the people that's trying to get there and not respecting what it takes for it to get there. Like, you're not investing in the person, you're not believing in the person, you're not trusting the process and the person and the value that the person has to get to where they need to be. And if you're not that type of person, male or female, just step to the wayside, please, because this is not for you. This is not the rodeo or the show that you need to be on. But if you are that person that's going to sit there and help cultivate and help that person get into a diamond, if you realize that you're investing into a rock and not a diamond, step away too. Because there's men out here pouring into women that are not of value. There are women out here pouring into men that are not of value. Then they end up being bitter bitches and men and not understanding that you're taking something that happened from your past and something that you've been through, and you're making it seem like this is a copy paste to every person that you talk to, when the next person that you talk to, if you pay attention to everything and actually court, because one thing that I noticed, there's no more courting. Everybody's just jumping ship. If you actually pay attention to what you're doing in your choices, because that's something that you guys said on your podcast, the people you choose, I take full accountability for my ex-husband choice, for my exes, my baby daddies and all of that, because I was one of the single moms with the diaper in my head, all of that single mom. But anyway, I was not one of the women who acted like that, but I was a product of what it was to be a single mother. And I had to really stop and take a couple of years and say, okay, what am I doing? I done messed up and had a whole bad marriage. I messed up and had a couple of bad dating experiences and all of that. And I said, so what do I need to do? I need to pause and find someone who's valuable. So what Biz Just Chill just explained is like, he was a value and always been a valuable man. And then now that his woman is actually here and been following him and stepping in for him and understanding that, babe, I know that I was around you all the time, but it's picking up. It's going to be rough, but just we at the top of the roller coaster right now. So getting a little rocky, but it's about to be smooth going down. We got to stay in the game. Stop listening to these idiots out here preaching, oh, dump that man if he don't have no money. Dump this and that. He got to pay this and that. No, if you're that type of woman, deal with what you're about to get, because you're going to get the people that are not of value and the people that just want to trick off on you and then use you for pleasure. Use you, as my husband said, recreational. That you are for recreational use only. So if you behave as a recreational use female, you are going to only be for recreational use instead of someone that is a long-term, for tough lifetime warranty. You don't have that lifetime warranty, so stop acting like a lifetime warranty, male or female. So anyway, I just wanted to say my little tidbits on those things, because you guys say a lot, and then there's a lot of things that I'll be like, oh, I want to say something, but it's hard for me to watch how the world is like literally burning all over when it comes to relationships and what the dynamics of the African-American household has turned into. You have all these young children, which I have a 25-year-old all the way down to a 3-year-old daughter and one boy. So the sad part is for me to see what's being pushed out there from my generation, people my age, 40, 30, 20, whatever, pumping into these little kids' heads, thinking that a man's supposed to be sassy and all this other stuff, and then are dumping on females or just abusing females or doing things that they're not supposed to be doing or whatever. Then you have the women just out here, oh, I'm going to eat McDonald's, be ratchet, change 5 colors of my hair, have 500 piercings, face tattoos, and no value. Like, that's what we're raising. And that's sad. So people like you need to be out here more.
You know what? I appreciate that so much. And like I said, I didn't even realize that we was doing that. And it's a blessing to do it. I didn't realize we was having that type of voice, So I don't take it too serious, to be honest with you. I never do, because I don't never want to lose the essence of it. And it's always been something like just fun and someone just want to do, you know what I mean? But I have learned, though, that, what I say is what I mean, though. Generally, 90% of the time, 95%, it is what I say is what I mean. And I try to put out a message that, is a good representation of myself. And then behind that is something that, somebody can take and, apply to their life or their circumstance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to be doing this, and I'm just excited to see where it can go, because I never thought a lot of this shit was possible for me at all. Now I'm just like, now it's made me think like anything is possible, literally. You know what I'm saying? And if I could do it, that means, trust me, kids, anybody watching this, not kids, grown ass people, if I can do this shit, I used to never get when people say that. They be like, if I could do it, anyone could do it. Well, listen to me. If I can do this shit, anybody that apply themselves can do this shit, because trust me, this wasn't the passion, the path I thought I would have, and to be doing it at this level is crazy to me. So yeah, it's possible for anybody and all of us out here. It's just how bad you want it and how much you put down your grind for it, you know?
I got a question for you, and I'm gonna add to that. But the question going into that is: so, with the market being the way that it is now, because that's something that we pay attention to as creators or artists and things like that. We try to see, okay, what do I have to stand out? Some people feel, and I have noticed this in comments and other things with other podcasts, I can't do this because there's so many people doing this. What I have told people, I said, but you're unique. You're a whole different person now. Unless you're copy pasting someone else's style, the originality of you, which is where you have to kind of find out your own little niche and things, that would make your own podcast. A lot of people feel now that because it's so saturated that they can't do it. What are your thoughts? Do you feel the game is so saturated with the podcast that no one can step out there? For those who are listening that may be interested in starting their own vibe and their own wave of things on a podcast level.
If you're trying to get in the podcast to make $1 million and have $1 million off your YouTube channel and get a bunch of views and if you on that constant that shit, salute to him. You coming in for the wrong reason. You're looking at Kai at the end of his, you didn't see the whole process. If you're coming into this with something genuinely you want to talk about, something you want to say, something that you're passionate about, something you want to have some fun with. If you come in with that intention, all the other shit will come later on. But a lot of the people I feel like that say that type of shit are the people that are wondering about how many views the first episode did. Oh man, I want to come in and do 1 million views and woo woo. Those people, and the game just weeds them out the way because you don't give a fuck about doing anything anyway. You're just riding the wave and you're trying to see, okay, can I jump in it? But the people that actually want to do it and enjoy doing it, it's always room. It's always room. If your shit is what it is, it's always room. So it's like, people just be saying that's because they're not getting instant gratification from certain shit and they don't want to put the hard work in. They just want 1 million views. No, nigga, you need to do 47 views first to understand this shit. This how this shit go. You feel what I'm saying? So niggas be trying to skip the line. And that's who those people be right there. Those be the people right there who just coming into it for the money, the fame, the clout, the what. It's just when your intentions is wrong, this shit ain't gonna work out, fam. It ain't no get quick rich scheme anyway. So it's like, you feel me?
So it's more focused on being original, being genuine, and knowing what's the outcome that you want of the situation. If you're in it for the fame and the fortune, even on the artistry level, we know that when you're trying to be a rapper, if you're going to trying to be rich and you have no craft, no skill, no nothing, that an actual true
you know
art
what,
form,
Ravon?
you're not going to go nowhere.
That's even a better one. That shit scared all them niggas away so quick. Cause look, everybody thought, oh, it's a get rich quick scheme. I'm gonna sign, I'm gonna make $1 million, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna get a deal, I'm gonna blow up, I'm gonna do my shit. Then they realized, hold on, I gotta pay for the studio time. Oh, I gotta pay for the video. Oh, I gotta pay to get it mixed. I gotta pay to get it mastered. I gotta pay for a cover. I gotta pay to travel. I gotta pay for the wardrobe. I gotta pay to open up. I gotta pay to buy the equipment. I gotta pay and motherfuckers be like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't fucking with this shit. I ain't got time to be
Unless they get a booty
doing all
girl,
this motherfucking shit. So that's the people that thought it was kind of, right back to what we were just saying with the podcast shit. It'd be people coming in shit like, oh man, I'm gonna get lit, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna da-da-da-da-da. And then they start realizing how much motherfucking money and time you got to invest into doing this shit. And then it turns into, oh man, what the fuck? Oh man, I ain't got time for this. Oh man, da-da-da. Oh man, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you come in with that type of energy, that's especially for rappers, and I think people are learning that shit a little bit quicker now, though. I think that kind of has got out of the brain, like, hold up, bitch, you got to go get studio time, bitch. It's $100 an hour. Let's start there. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So this ain't nothing. None of this shit is a poor man's game, respectfully. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a budget, to do what you do, if you don't have some sort of finances to do what you do, none of this shit ain't gonna work, fam. I don't give a fuck if it's a podcast, if it's a rap song, if it's a clothing label. if it's a product, soap you want to sell, none of it, it takes money to be an entrepreneur, or at least money and capital to invest
Yes.
in yourself. So if you don't understand, everybody want to be a boss, bro, where are the workers at? What's wrong with going to work, getting your money, taking care of your family, and living your life? Everybody be screaming that boss shit, that entrepreneur shit, but 90% of them ain't ready for that life. They ready for the money that comes from
Exactly.
it. They ready for the accolades, but they not motherfucking ready to spend that motherfucking bread and invest their time, energy, and bread. They don't want to do all that. They just want the outcome of it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing I noticed, because you made me think of a good point. So a lot of people used to say, oh, everyone needs to be a business owner and stuff like that. I had to come to the realization,
don't.
especially talking to people, no, it's not for everyone. It is not for everyone. There are bosses, and there's management, and then there's different levels to a company. Some people just want to be employees. They just want to work and chill, and they're happy with that. You cannot knock the person who just wants to be an employee, though, just
And you
because
know
they
what? I
want to be an
learned that
employee.
with music too. I had to learn that when I was doing music, right? Everybody's drive isn't my drive, but there's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? So once I grasped that, that's what kind of brought me to Atlanta. I got a little situations like, let me go see what this about. But once I grasped that concept, a lot of things changed for me. You know, because I used to be like, damn, why you ain't doing this? Damn, why she ain't doing that? I thought we was going to do this. I thought we was going to do that. And I just had to learn, like, you know, your goals, dreams, and aspirations ain't everybody else's, fam. You know what I'm saying? So understand that, you know, feel me? And like, know that, embrace that, and now move forward with that.
So in short, you got to know what you want to do. If it's something that is actually a true passion, if you have the talent to do it, make sure that you're not trying to get in it for the money, because there's going to be the grit times. There's the getting it out the mud, the I'm broken, I got to go work Uber and Lyft and Uber Eats, and I got to go take a job at Amazon. I got to go probably, you know, make some syrup on the side, which I used to make soap and stuff like that. I'm getting back into that. You know, there's a lot of things that you have to do to funnel that money into that business and then turn your dream into passion, into the paycheck and things like that. But it's always first focusing and zeroing in the things that you love to do, that is fun, and that is that passion. So actually zeroing it all down and breaking it down, find what you do, find what you love to do, turn it into your paycheck. And if it's podcast or whatever you are into, do it that way. Don't look at it on the outside looking in. Oh, they're making money. That's how I need to make money. That the people that jump to all of those master classes, I think that's the mindset. And people are buying into that mindset. And people are getting rich off of the people who are buying into that mindset and not realizing the reason why that masterclass person is talking the way they're talking. To me, you know, we're from the streets. We know, honestly, it's like a pimp and hoe situation. Just be real. And I'm sorry. That's what it looks like to me. When I see them doing those master classes, unless it's someone who's really truthfully teaching, like I do taxes, I teach taxes, I have a tax firm. I haven't set up a master class yet or things like that because I don't want to do it that way. I want to teach someone who's trying to get into actually doing taxes and learn how to do a tax firm. I will tell you my price for that service so I can teach you and educate you. But to be the one plastering it everywhere and lying to people, I don't have that in my heart to bait and switch. I don't do that. That's why I haven't, because everybody's like, well, you have all of these accolades. Why don't you do that? I said, because I'm not a hustle man. I'm not trying to hustle you out of your money. I'm a passion builder. I'm a business builder. I want things that have a firm foundation. And if I was in the game of conning people, yeah, I would do that. But it's funny when you see the people gravitating towards that, the reason why they end up buying into it is because you're buying a dream that you think that you can, that is sellable. It's something that you cannot, the game can be taught but not bought. Like people don't understand that part, but you have to be also a student that's willing to learn. So if you're not any of those things, it's just not going to work. So that's just the kind of like my synopsis of kind of what you wrote down with us today with the podcast and anything that you want to really go and dive into with your life and your dreams and your mission. You got to have the heart for it. And if you don't have the heart for it, in the business attributes. You can actually learn these things, but you still have to have that drive. And it's okay if you don't. Just know your place and find your place. Stop trying to step into places that your feet don't fill those shoes. They're either too big or too small.
Stop it.
But yeah, but before we go, I just wanted again to thank you so much, Biz Just Chill, for letting me interview you so I can get to know a little bit more about you, so the world can see you outside of all of the passion and everything that you guys put into the Trigger Alert, to your own podcast, the biggest show ever, and everything that you are doing. I really just wanted to talk with you today to get to know you a little bit more, and also to get everyone to see an unfiltered version of Biz Just Chill. Before we go, do you have any ending notes or anything you want to say to the viewers, or any plugs or anything you want to put in? This is your time.
Yes. Trigger Alert every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., on Ugly Money TV. I know you didn't say that. Every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Ugly Money TV. The biggest stream ever. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Ugly Money TV. Shout out to Little Leaf, official brand ambassador. Shout out to Bel Air, official brand ambassador. Shout out to Ugly Money, the whole team. I got to give their shout outs. Shout out Nietzsche, Stan, Coach, Lex, Yella, China, Pan, Ricky, Stan, So, TK, who I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I said China, right?
You did say
Did
China.
I say China? Okay. I might be forgetting someone. Excuse me if I forgot
If you
someone.
are forgotten, you're not forgotten. You always
Yeah,
here.
I'm
so
trying
the
to get
whole
everybody
team
in.
at Ugly Money.
Whole Ugly Money team. Shout out to my kids, my family, my girl, of course. Shout out to you, Ravon, for tapping in with me and let me do this. And shout out to the clubs that I host at. I do host at the club also, Status Lounge. Shout out to Status Lounge. Matter of fact, I'm only giving a shout out to them. They're the first one that took a chance on me. Yeah, they're the first one that took a chance on me and blessed me to come host that club. And now I'm able to go and host. So shout out to Status Lounge. Shout out my boy Jay.
Status Lounge.
Hey Jay, it's all Status Lounge. If you're ever in Atlanta on the South Side, you pull up the Status Lounge. I'm there every Thursday night hosting. Salute to them. They showed a lot. Every Thursday night, I'm in the building. Jay, just chill. I got you. KJ, I got you. No pressure, brother.
Well, I want to thank you again so much for tuning in, everyone out there. This is Rayvon Unfiltered with Biz Just Chill, and we just chilled a lot on here. We dropped some gems, some knowledge on you, gave you a little piece of his life. And I know that's a lot. That takes a lot. And again, we are honored and blessed to even have you on the mic with us today. I will definitely be plugging in.
Thank you so much. I feel like you got a good one.
Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching Rayvon Unfiltered.